Well, singer, songwriter, author, and motivational speaker Mandy Harvey dropped out of Colorado State University at the age of 18 after losing her hearing due to a genetic disorder. Well, even though she left music behind, it wasn't for long. She came back to center stage on America's Got Talent and as a leader in disability advocacy. We're so lucky to have her here today in studio. Mandy, okay, let's talk about your story. You lost your hearing while attending school at Colorado State University. Share more about how it all happened.
Well, it feels, looking back on it, it's crazy because now I've reached that point where I've had deafness be the same amount of time as being a hearing person, so it's weird. But back then, my goal was music education. I never wanted to do performance, but I've always had issues with my hearing. I've always been suffering with illnesses, ear infections, surgeries for tooth, blah, blah, blah. But I have EDS, and then I had a lot of surgeries because of other problems. I dislocated my leg. And my body's reaction to the stress and the medication and everything kind of attacked itself.
Okay.
And so over the course of about 9 months, I went from being slightly hard of hearing to profoundly deaf in both ears, and then watched this amazing dream of becoming a music teacher just fade right in front of me.
Sure. And again, but through that journey, you have really inspired so many people. Now, you stepped away from music for some time, but then you found you could continue your passion with some changes, right? What were those, and how did you get through that?
I started with getting associated with the deaf community. I think for anybody who's struggling with anything, having an opportunity to see living examples of people who have fallen down or who are hitting barriers and being able to get up and kind of break them down and move forward gives you that internal motivation to say, maybe I should test the water. But the thing that really started it all was my dad. We were playing guitar together because that's what we used to do, and it was our way to connect. And I'm playing and I'm not liking it because it's not the same and I can't hear it. And I started to feel the vibrations of the instrument because I had nothing else to pay attention to.
Sure.
And I'm feeling the rumbling down, I'm holding on to it, and it was like this idea moment of music didn't die, I gave up.
Yeah.
And then my dad made a challenge to see if I could learn a song to sing. So I sat with a visual tuner in front of a mirror with a bunch of markers, and I'm making random noises until one of those little lights turned green, and then finding the vibration is the strongest, and then doing a bunch of scales, stopping, losing it, starting over.
Starting over.
Yeah, yeah.
That is so incredible and inspiring, and the fact that you could really hear the music through the vibrations is incredible. All right, let's go to 2017. America's Got Talent was huge for you. What did it feel like when you got the golden buzzer, especially from Simon, because he's a tough
He's a tough cookie,
yeah.
I'll be honest, like, prior to that, I hadn't seen really the show before. I'd only seen clips here and there. And so when I walked onto that stage, I had no expectations. My goal for being there, truthfully, was I just wanted to encourage one person. If I could encourage one person to get up off the floor or to see their life a little bit differently or start a conversation, even if I failed miserably, it would have been worth it. And then this, like, you're not going to need a translator for that. And I was like, what happened? I think you could probably hear me in the recording as I'm leaving. I'm like, what just happened? Like, it was a very surreal experience, and it's one that I kind of have to remind myself truly happened.
Right?
Yeah.
You look back at it that way. Well, that platform did a lot for your music, also for your role as an ambassador, including an appearance you had on our show back in 2016. What do you want people to know about the nonprofit work you are doing?
I do most of my work with No Barriers. So they're a Colorado-based group with Eric Weinmeier. He's the first blind man to climb Mount Everest. And our true goal is to help people to either find the tools or find the people or find the connections to be able to understand that barriers are real. and we face them every day. And to say that, oh, nothing is impossible, you know, is kind of silly. Lots of things are impossible right now. But it takes a whole lot of people to change that narrative, to break down those walls, to find ways to get up that mountain as part of a team, and to change the narrative from impossible to possible.
Yeah.
And so I work a lot with students. I talk a lot to schools about failure and chasing your dreams. I work a lot with wounded vets. I work a lot with people. It's making connections and saying, I'm a broken mess. You're a broken mess. Let's do this.
Well, you are an example of finding the possibility in everything, especially when you have a passion for something. Okay, are you ready to perform a song for us or what?
I guess
we are
I can
excited to hear you. Okay, everybody, here is Mandy Harvey singing Something I Can Feel.
Cute.
Wait, it's so hard when I'm underwater, struggling not to just breathe in, and every second it gets darker. Oh, wait, it's pulling me under. I'm no stranger to the deep end. This time I've fallen farther. I've held my breath so long I'm spinning round. Wish I could kick off the ground. Oh, my heart is beating out my chest so loud. No one else can hear a sound. Oh, give me something to hold on, something I can feel. Let me crash to the floor, at least I'll know that it's real. Rock bottom is scary if you've never been before. Ooh, 'cause it's easy to lose yourself on the way down. Let me get to the part where I hit solid ground. If I know where I am, then I can start to heal. Give me something I can feel. It's time to pick up all the pieces. I know they'll never fit the way they always did, but maybe that's what growing is. I've held my breath so long I'm spinning round. Wish I could kick off the ground. Oh, my heart is beating out my chest so loud. No one else can hear a sound. Oh, give me something to hold on, something I can feel. Let me crash to the floor, at least I'll know that it's real. Rock bottom is scary if you've never been before. It's easy to lose yourself on the way down. Let me get to the part where I hit solid ground. If I know where I am, then I can start to heal. Give me something I can feel. Ooh, give me something. Ooh, give me something. Give me something I can feel.
And you can get music from Mandy Harvey, including her 2022 record Paper Cuts at mandyharveymusic.com and everywhere you download music. Mandy's in town as a keynote speaker at Music Will's Modern Band Summit. That's happening today through the 11th at Colorado State University in Fort Collins. To register and learn more, go to musicwill.org.